Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're going to talk about all things cold plunge and cold exposure. Is it real? Is it BS? I've been doing it for about 6 months now and did a ton of research. So I'm here to answer a few questions. Number one, just like we talked about, what are the benefits? Two, what are the best practices? And three, will it make you a better athlete and, in my sport, a better disc golfer? There's a lot of information, so let's just jump right on in. The first thing you're going to experience when you start cold plunging or getting into the cold shower is, well, dread. Not that it's hard because you're just standing there, but it's pretty miserable and you're not going to look forward to doing it every day or 3 days a week, however much you do it. What you are going to look forward to is the feeling that you have after, because it's going to make you feel awesome. When you first immerse yourself neck deep in cold water, you're going to feel absolute shock and it's going to take your breath away. And you're going to kind of start to panic and you're going to want to get out of that water as fast as you can. That's because our sympathetic nervous system is being activated. But this is where all of the many health benefits come into play. When I first became interested in doing cold plunging, I did a lot of research and I was shocked to find out how many possible benefits there could be for cold plunging. So I had to jump in for 6 months and see if it is actually true. So I'm going to list some of the benefits that I found. I probably missed a couple, but there are absolutely tons. And most importantly, I've experienced most of these as I was doing my 6 months of cold plunging. First off, it's going to build your physical and mental toughness. When you walk up to that cold plunge, whenever you do it, you are not going to look forward to getting into that thing. But forcing yourself to do it and stay in for how long you want to and getting out, it's going to feel like such an accomplishment and you're just going to have such a better day. It's going to make you feel so good. Every day when you wake up, you're going to say, oh man, I got a cold plunge today. This is going to stink. You undo the cold plunge, you get ready to get in there. Or if you're taking a cold shower, you turn that cold water on. It's not going to be an exciting feeling. But once you push yourself to get through, push yourself to do something hard, it's really going to build that physical and mental toughness to make it better throughout the rest of your regular life, whatever you're doing, and also in your sport. This is mainly because it really improves your catecholamines. The two main ones I'd like to talk about are dopamine and norepinephrine. Dopamine basically makes us feel good. And when we cold plunge, we experience anywhere from a 250 to 500% increase in dopamine. But this happens over a period of time, really increases for about 3 hours and lasts for 6 or 7 hours afterwards. Norepinephrine improves mood, focus, attention, also makes us feel good, and also helps with our anxiety. So this is going to help us with all that stress, anxiety, depression. It's also going to help us feel more motivated. It's also going to improve our focus the more we do our cold plunge. I felt those benefits probably about 3 or 4 days in of me doing cold plunging. Cold plunging also improves our blood flow through the triggering of our nervous system. It activates blood flow throughout the body. It's also going to improve our metabolism so we can eat more food. Cold plunge also improves your immune system and your white blood cell count. There was a study of people who took cold showers and they found they took 29% less sick days than people who did not take cold showers. We'll get into the differences between cold showers and cold plunge here towards the best practices part of the video, but that's also a great improvement. I haven't gotten sick since I started. Cold plunging will also increase your blood flow and improve your muscle activation, which is really important if you do anything athletic. One of the most widely talked about benefits of cold plunging is decreased inflammation and chronic pain. It definitely helps with that. My body's felt amazing. With that comes less muscle soreness and less muscle fatigue, so it'll help you recover better and be ready for physical activity the next day. Huge things if you're in the sports, but it also helps with other illnesses and the symptoms of things like rheumatoid arthritis, asthma, and fibromyalgia as well. This overall decrease in our body inflammation through cold plunging or even cold showers will also help eliminate lifestyle diseases from our body like high blood pressure, cancer, things of that nature. Cold plunging also increases the amount of brown fat in our body, which is a healthy fat that has amazing health benefits. Brown fat also increases our insulin sensitivity, which has incredible health benefits as well by itself. Insulin insensitivity is type 2 diabetes. If you're over 40 like me, you have a significant decrease in brown fat, which is also associated with an increase in obesity. So getting in that cold plunge will increase the amount of brown fat that you have in your body and in turn make you healthier. And really in turn, if you're healthier, you're going to be a better athlete. So those are some of the health benefits I've discovered from not only doing my research, but doing my cold plunging. Let me know in the comments if I've missed any. I've definitely felt way better since doing cold plunging for 6 months. More energy, better mood, less stress, definitely feeling better in the gym, feeling better after the gym. I can play for a longer period of time, whatever sport I'm doing. So it's definitely up to my game in a lot of ways. All right, now that we talked about benefits, let's talk about best practices if you're looking to get into it. One, what's better, cold shower or cold plunge? Cold plunging is definitely better. The closer the cold is to your skin, the more effect it will have on your molecules, which means the more benefits you'll have. I realize that having a cold plunge isn't accessible to everybody, so a cold shower would definitely be a good substitute, but not as good. You won't experience as many of the benefits as you would a cold plunge. So as mentioned before, the first thing that's going to happen when you get in that cold water, you are going to feel a shock. It's going to take your breath away, and you're going to want to panic and get out of there. So the first thing you need to do is just breathe deep and breathe through it. After 20, 30, 40 seconds, depending on your level of toughness, you're going to relax and you're going to settle in. You might shiver when you're in the cold plunge or shower. You are definitely going to shiver when you get out of the cold plunge or shower. Do not be afraid to shiver. Shivering is great for us. Shivering is actually like an exercise. There's a concept of hormesis, which means basically short, intermittent bouts of stress in our body actually activates processes that slows down aging and also improves overall health and our mental toughness. That's part of the gig with cold plunge, part of the benefits, but also that's what happens to us when we regularly exercise too. If you put heart rate monitors and stuff on us when we cold plunge and when we exercise, they would look pretty much similar. We don't exercise forever. We don't do cold plunge for a very long time either. So that hormesis is something we really want to take advantage of. So don't be afraid to shiver. And if you're wondering, basically the shivering comes from that core drop in our body temperature from when we cold plunge, and after we cold plunge, we're still going to be cooling down for a little bit before our body shivers and warms us back up, which is the next point for best practices. Don't artificially warm yourself up after you cold plunge. Let your body work hard and warm itself up, partially through shivering. Maybe you can put a sweatshirt on or something like that to help warm you up a little bit, but let your body work to warm itself up. That's going to burn a lot of extra calories for you and be a little mini workout in itself and make you feel better. So don't jump in the warm shower. Don't go in the sauna right after. And if you do like a combination of sauna, cold plunge, make sure you finish with that cold plunge and let your body warm itself up. How cold should the cold plunge be? It should be shockingly cold. So it takes your breath away. So you really have to work hard to breathe through it. Typically, that starts at about 51 degrees and below. I'm doing 44 degrees myself. You might be doing a couple of degrees warmer depending how tough you are. But right around that 51 zone is a great place to start. You should also aim to do about 11 or 12 minutes per week, but this should be through multiple sessions. I found it best 3 to 4 minutes is a great session. That way you get that shock and take advantage of those cold shock proteins. Instead of doing like one long one, you're not going to get all the benefits you would from doing it multiple days per week. My routine is I wake up at 5:30 every weekday morning and I get in that cold plunge probably 3 or 4 times per week, depending on how motivated I am and also my schedule, but at least 3 times a week. And I get in there for 4 minutes at a pop. I go into my bathroom and I do what I call shiver time. I shiver for a couple minutes while I brush my teeth and put my contacts in. Then I dry myself out, put my workout clothes in, and then I go work out. After I work out, I jump in the sauna for 10 or 15 minutes, depending on my schedule, and then I get ready and start my day. So that's my schedule. Typically, we want to do our cold plunge as early in the morning as we can. When we do hard things in the morning, it's going to make the rest of our day easier. Plus, that spike in dopamine is going to improve your mood and focus and all those wonderful things that we want to take advantage of on our work day or on our competition day or what have you. Plus, there's some research out there that shows if you cold plunge right after you work out, it could affect your muscle growth and your strength growth. So we don't want to do that. If you do it after you work out, you want to wait a couple of hours after you work out to jump in that cold plunge. That way, your body can start the recovery process and you don't lose all that hard work you put in the gym and then go in that cold plunge later. But personally, I think first thing in the morning, cold plunge, start the day off right. There's also an article out there where a guy did it in the morning and it said it increased his testosterone levels. That has yet to be proven, but it's out there in the atmosphere, so I put that out there as well. Let's get to our final question. Will it make you a better athlete or better disc golf in my case? Yes, it absolutely will. First off, having better focus, mood, motivation, concentration, all those things we need to take out on the disc golf course, and any athlete really need to take on their field of play to improve their performance. Also, it's going to increase our aerobic capacity, which will make us better at our sport longer. There's also a study out there that says if you cold plunge prior to exercising in warm weather, you can exercise 35% longer, which is huge because I live in Florida, so it's hot every single day. But a lot of our competitions all throughout the world happen during the summertime. So that's going to be hot, and it's really going to help you stay in your game longer, especially we know heat tends to wear down athletes. So that's huge news and will make you better at your sport and really at disc golf as well. So the short answer is yes, it will make you a better athlete, and yes, it will make you better at disc golf. So we've answered all three questions. Are the benefits real? Yes. What are the best practices? 12 minutes per week. Will it make you a better athlete? Yes. Are you going to get a cold plunge? That is the question. I know it's not easily accessible to everybody, but a good alternative is the cold shower, and that would be a great way to start off and introduce yourself to cold exposure.
All right, that's all I've got for today's episode. Here I am in 45-degree heat, or I should say cold. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. It's painful, but it's worth it. Ask any questions you need to. Thanks for the follow. If there's anything you want me to break down next, shoot me a message, and I'll try my best. Until next time, peace. Woo!